Buddy, this is Toffee, and I'm bringing you chapter 25 and 26 of my 4 Kings 100% Growth LTC. Chapter 25 is a kill boss with the boss on the opposite side of the map from us, but it's a pretty simple rewarp skip. The only wrinkle is that the boss has a weapon that negates any ranged attacks and pierces defense, meaning we need a unit with at least 35 HP to kill them. The boss does move first on enemy phase, making the clear trivial. We use Regis because Jeremy can carry him, and he technically does benefit from the EXP. That meanest staff use is pointless, the boss's weapon ignores it. Jeremy will equip Fleurette to give Regis a boost, and Regis himself uses the Hurlbat and equips Fimbleweather to cleanly one-round the boss. Group will be chapter 25 in one turn, on to chapter 26. Chapter 26 was the highlight of the old run, with intense trade tricks and a lot of staff breaks. That strategy was broken in an intervening update, which led me to upload an extra video showing an alternate clear. That clear was broken too in the final update, and funnily enough, neither of those two clears were even optimal for their time, since this map could actually be 2-turned on those builds. Sadly, the final build forces us to 3-turn the map just like the old run. The clear is a bit more streamlined and less resource intensive, which is good because we straight up didn't have as much time to prepare staves for this map. Dorian needs to dodge a nasty Bravebow warrior and will cap out his luck to improve his avoid and take the Bowbreaker for good measure. Yuffin kills the Halberdier to start, hitting C Dark. His position is important to let Zoe power staff off of him to move to a specific tile and chip down the warrior. Even with all her perfect level ups, that guy could one-round her if he hit her twice. 4 King's enemies are not to be messed with. Ava gives Jeremy a meanest staff boost since he will be facing some nasty combat on this enemy phase. We deliver her into his saddlebags with a take support give between Marcie and Lucille. We need to smite Marcie 2 times so she reaches a particular square. She can rescue Chase from the very edge of her range. Zoe moved to that specific tile to manipulate Chase into landing left of Nicole instead of above her, effectively a boost of 2 squares, which also lets Nicole trade the rewarp to herself. Dorian needs to be smited 4 times to get to Nicole. Regis gives him a barrier boost along the way to discourage the bolting sage from attacking him. Lionel performs the last smite so Walter can rescue him in preparation for next turn. Nicole uses the one-use silence to incapacitate the sage, get an extra action, and level up. This level up lets her hit 24 magic or 12 range. Fun fact, Queen's magic cap is 25, so Nicole can never have capped magic. Chase power staffs with our final one-use barrier. Nicole can now rescue Jeremy from the very edge of her range, and he lands above her. Chase's rescue destination needed to be manipulated so he could unlock the door from the tile above Jeremy and trade him the rewarp staff. If you were to count squares, Jeremy, if he had been given Lionel instead, would be able to rewarp and drop Lionel in a position where he could enemy face the boss and seize on turn 2. However, the final update of 4 Kings fixed rewarp's buggy behavior and as a side effect prevented rewarping onto a magic sealed tile. And the boss of this map is a magic seal. As such, we gave him Ava instead, so he could drop her to open the door and canto back next to the generals. He needs to enemy face crit one of the generals with Aura in order to clear his path for next turn. Without the meanest staff boost, Jeremy would probably run a noticeable chance of death here. And there is that aura crit he needed. Strangely, Lucille is targeted by Berserk even though her inventory is literally empty. This is not how vanilla GBA AI would behave, and I have no explanation outside of deployment order. Regis restores her immediately anyway. On turn 2, we rescue chain Lionel to the front using the links we laid down on turn 1. Zoe uses her one free action to use Fortify to heal Chase and Nicole back up. She stopped at the very edge of Dorian's range, and with the dance, she can just barely drop Lionel in position where Nicole can rescue him and canto upwards. The use of Pass was completely unnecessary since Chase kills that Sapphire Knight later on this turn anyway. This lets Jeremy take him and rewarp back up. Ava had to be brought earlier in order to open the door since we can't use the unlock staff due to the magic seal. Warrior ends up moving to an annoying location next turn, which is why we wanted to smite Yufin. Actually, we did not need to do that at all. I don't know what I'm talking about. With the Florette boost, Lionel one-rounds 2 out of the 3 generals with the Armor Slayer, which keeps his way clear, and as a matter of fact, he ends up critting the Brave Lance general so he kills all of them. Eva does one more thing for us on this map, and it's killing the boss. She one-rounds him with the Mystic Bow and a Fleuret boost thanks to the boss's mediocre resistance and her 7 movement. The boss's weapon gives him Vantage Plus, which is why he attacked first. Nicole sets up a kill for Yufin here. And with some help from Dorian, he hits level 9. He's just 1 point off of capping his magic stat after this. We do some further cleanup, but none of it was really necessary. And that is chapter 26 completed in 3 turns. I'll see you next time.